Hello everyone, hope you're having an excellent day today. I'm doing pretty good. We're back doing another live stream on the channel. This time though, it's a little bit different. Normally I would be trying to make some sort of mock for some sort of project that I'm working on. Today I was feeling kind of lazy and just felt like building a set and not having to think so hard about working on a mock while trying to have an engaging conversation with everyone. Now, I haven't built a set in a very long time. I did one very early on when I started doing videos more consistently here on the channel. So and that was the Citadel of Orlan set, which is actually behind up there. So this will be different. Hopefully some people turn up and say hi and chat. Really low expectations. We're just going to have a good time building this set here. The Horizon Aloy and Varl versus the Shellwalker and Sawtooth set. I picked this up when it released. I'm a big fan of the Horizon games. Played the first one, just started playing the second one, haven't gotten all the way through it, been busy. But yeah, I love the universe, love the sci-fi kind of robot, I call them robot dinosaurs, but they're robot creatures of all sorts of shapes and sizes. So we'll have a good time building that tonight. Theoretically, we can get this done no problem in 2 hours, but if it goes overtime, we might have to do a part 2. I don't know, maybe I'll finish it off camera if it's... I think we should be able to get it done without an issue, but... Let's say hi to some of the people in the chat first before we get started on building, and then we'll switch to the build cam. But Rob Claxton and Grumpy J was here very early. I don't know if that message is still appearing, but Grumpy J was here before everyone else. Rob is here as well. Good to see you, Rob Claxton. Hope you're doing well. Cross Airborne Customs. Thanks for stopping by, Cross. Good to see you. And then Rob is actually going to be going to Brick World. That's coming up soon, isn't it? Oh man, I'm jealous, Rob. You have a great time. One question for you though, are you going with your whole lug, or is it just you going solo just to enjoy the builds and bring some stuff possibly? But let me know if you have any feedback on that, if you want to share that. Because I know that South Carolina, I think it's SE Bricks or South Carolina lug, the lug that's Rob's a part of has an impressive display. They usually do a large zone. They kind of all group together. It's very... cool to see that. So that they do a great job at Brickworld if they haven't been there already. So T Valkyrie is here. Good to see you, T Valkyrie. Thank you for stopping by. Awesome live build on Mark's channel. Yes, it is Lego building. It's just not mock building. It's a little bit different, but it's it's all the same basically. Malister, unfortunately, I got a notification right before dinner. I'm so sorry, Malister. That's bad timing on my part. Next time I'll be sure to make it's better timing next time. I'll do it later or earlier so you can have your dinner in peace. But the brightness is set to auto, so hopefully I don't go too dark or light as I move around. I'll try and prevent that from being an issue. Mr. Just Break It is here. Good to see you, Mr. Just Break It. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Let's see. Former military man, how dare you? Chow is supreme. Yes, I agree. Dinner is extremely important. So yeah, no worries, Malister. If you gotta take a break and eat some food, I get it. But Grumpy J is here as well. Good to see you, Grumpy J. Dinner is overrated, Malister. Grumpy, I feel like you should appreciate dinner as well. Dinner is pretty sacred for people who need the calories. So BDD Builds, good to see you, BDD Builds. Thanks for stopping by. Limmerbrooks is here. Good to see you, Limmerbrooks. Lego Store didn't have the Lion Knights castle, so I got the Dungeons and Dragons set. That one is just as cool, Limmerbrooks. That's it's also very castle themed, a little more fantasy vibe, but has a huge dragon. So I mean, that's I don't think it's a pretty even trade in my book. So great job. Long live the Roach Coach. Exactly. So Andrew Riley, good to see you, Andrew. But yeah, all right, let's go ahead and get started building here. Let's take a look at this set that we've got in front of us here. Oh, before we do that, we've got our original Aloy figure from the tall neck here. She's going to keep us company while we build in the bushes, ready to ambush any robotic monsters that appear. So we got the set here. I actually like the box art. The name Aloy and Varl versus the Shellwalker and Sawtooth is a mouthful. I really feel like this could have been called Canyon Ambush or Robot Ambush or something like that. I don't know. It's just a lot of verbiage going on, but I like the environment. I wish we had seen some dark orange landscape in this set. It's just have a few patches of, we at least have a campfire and some grass. But anyway, it is a pretty affordable set, so I'm not going to gripe too much, but yeah. I'm a big fan of these characters, these games, so it should be fun. The question is, as I start to build this, I get to then determine whether or not I keep these together for a future Horizon themed build. I'm going to build a much larger, more elaborate, probably a 24-hour build for this theme, and I can kind of gauge whether or not I want to keep these big robots, or if I want to build my own, or just build different ones that aren't in this set, that are more specific to the environment that I'm building. We'll figure that out as we go. But first we're going to build the set, enjoy it, and then we can modify it later if we need to. That'll be not on the stream at some point in the future. But nothing kind of ruins a good Lego set like punch holes on the corner. I know why they do this. This is technically more secure than doing a taped box, because you can mess with a taped box pretty easily. But I hate punches. It's harder to fold the box afterwards. It feels cheaper, but it is probably better in the long run if they do this. I'm gonna stop complaining though and give them a punch. There we go. And this also means you don't have to get out a scissors or a pocket knife or something, so... Yeah, I get it. I just like to complain. You know me, I like to gripe about Lego sets. I don't like to find the good stuff about them. Okay, so it just opens around the side. There we go. And a couple bags here. Probably not too many. These are small pieces. A lot of small pieces. That's kind of how modern Lego sets are. There's bag 1. 5, 6. Yeah, only 6 bags. Not too bad. We'll set those aside. We've got 2 instruction books for 2 different parts to build. That's all right. We'll set the box aside for now, but if anyone has questions about what set we're building, we'll have that right there just in case we need it. Put those over there, and I've got this little plastic bin here that'll help us keep our pieces together as we build, so that all these little bits don't go rolling off the table and I have to try and track them down on a live stream. That'd be just awkward. That would be cringe in the extreme. Alright, I'm gonna just throw the plastic on the ground now. Well, let's see. Sorry I missed your last live one, Mark. Watched it back and was even madder I missed it. Oh no, Andrew, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, people get busy, life happens, no worries at all. The tall neck set is great. I got it when you recommended it on ABC. Thanks. Absolutely, T. Valkyria. I've still got it. It's not currently assembled. I have it packed up in its original box, but I could get that out for the build because I think that my buddy Isaac over in Denmark did a great job designing it. So that's one of my favorite, more recent sets for sure. Lima Brick says, I would really like a Thunderjaw set. That is, that would be top of the list for me, Lima Bricks. That is probably the most cool and menacing robotic creature. It's like a T-Rex in the Horizon universe. It's pretty awesome. It is a great parts pack for Helldive. Is this a great parts pack for Helldivers? Possibly. The colors aren't necessarily Helldivers, but some of those clips and joints could be for different bugs, perhaps. So maybe it'll end up as Helldivers bugs. I think, Helldivers and Horizon are probably going to be built in not 2 different times. So we'll see if we can make that happen. Ooh, so here's an interesting comparison. We've got the new Aloy figure here. Let's give her some accessories on her bow. That's pretty neat, actually. I like that. Here's the old Aloy figure with a custom bow. So the figure itself is pretty similar. I mean, that might even be the same mold. It's the same hair mold. And the print is also very, very similar, if not the same. Different face, so that the face expressions are a little bit different. And I just kind of attached some minifigures' hands to this dark tan bow to give her that kind of elaborate looking detailed weapon that she has in the game. But this one, this Lego piece is very detailed. It's got a little bit of a rubbery feel to it. But yeah, man, you can attach those plumes right in there. It works pretty well. It is a little bit big, but so is her bow in the game. It's a huge weapon, so very interesting. I like that piece though. It's very good for her character. So a few new expressions for her too is also good. I think the arm printing is a little bit more detailed on the new one, if you can see that. It's just a little bit more refined. So very interesting. Anyway, got distracted with the minifigure there, but we can get started now. There's new Aloy. I wonder if Aloy, how she would feel about a clone of her appearing. I know that in the story, there is some of that happens, so it's interesting. Mark, use a knife. I made it work. You know, it pops open, not too difficult to make that happen. Oh, and this is basically a tie-in for the game, the Horizon Adventures, the Lego game. That if you're playing Horizon, play the first or second real game, because those are actually good games. I don't know about this one, but based on the fact that it's Lego, I'm not really super confident about it. Lego video games tend to, like, 2K Drive was a good game functionally, but it was the way they priced it and structured it. It was basically not good for the consumer. So I would be hesitant about that. So Lego games have not been up to my very high standards lately. So we'll see. So working on the landscape, yeah, you can see where I'm building here. We got these tan plates, always useful. This is just a tiny little blurb of landscape that you get with the scene to kind of physically resemble the tall grass that you're regularly hiding in during the game. Stealth is a really, it's not optional. It's like you have to use stealth in order to take out the big robots that you're trying to take down as a hunter. So yeah, you gotta be able to ambush the monsters, because Aloy doesn't really stand a chance in open combat. Most humans in the game don't. So a little bit of tall grass. I don't know how I feel about these orange horns being used to represent, like, it's a very bright red color in the game, not orange, so that's kind of interesting. Maybe in the video game, the Lego themed game, they're more of an orange color, but I would have gone with red. And I actually have some red horns in that size, so I could probably do that later for my version. A little bit more, at least color-wise, accurate. Valkyrie, it's a family-friendly show, no knives. I wouldn't have a problem with pulling out a pocket knife, but I knew that this box was almost certainly a hole punch for your thumbs, and so you don't really need a knife, which is nice in a way, but also, like, I would rather the box is easier to fold, a little bit higher quality of cardboard. You weren't ripping it open to open the package, so yeah, there's reasons why I don't like the punch boxes. But there we go, we got some grasses, and the instructions say to place a singular pink flower right there. And I have no idea why. I mean, there are flowers in the game for sure, but why one? Why is there only one? It feels like it's an unusual little afterthought. Maybe it's like a calling card from the designer? I don't know. Weird, though. Anyway, there's a little bit of plants. We can put this, yeah, right there. That looks good. Alright, moving on. We're working on the shell walker, which is basically like a giant robotic crab. These guys can be a real pain to take out in the first game. I don't know how, if they balanced them in the second game, that they're more difficult or easier, but they were, if you don't have the right weapons, it could be extremely annoying. You have to have some grenades and a very powerful bow in order to get past all the armor and the way that they kind of scurry around with their weapons. So that Lego kid is here. Good to see that Lego kid. Lemurbrick says, I've begun to move larger pieces to the side when building. Currently building the Cooper's Tiger Mech. Nice, Lemurbricks. That's a great set. I'm a big fan of Dreams as the sets go. I haven't kept up with the show. I need to get back into the show at some point, because it's a couple seasons in now, right? So, Island Adventures. There you go. Island Adventures. Lemurbrick says, I've only played the Lego game, and I just go in bow blazing and always win. Yeah, the Lego games aren't, like, super difficult usually. Usually they're, like, you know, pretty reasonable. Like, you don't have to use too much strategy. You're usually able to combat your way through everything. The actual game, though, the one that's got the normal human-looking characters in it, you do have to be careful. Depending on what difficulty you play. If you play on easy or story mode, where there's a lot less damage and a lot less difficulty, essentially, it isn't so bad. But I like to play on the harder difficulty, so it's like, yeah, you're toast if you don't do it just right. So, which makes it fun in a way. Yeah. fun game. Highly recommended for those who haven't tried it. So, I think the first one came out, what was it, 2017, 2018? That was a number of years ago now, but yeah, it was good. All right, what are we doing here? There we go. I think that's going to end up being the face of the crab. Just a variety of brackets happening there. Nothing too complicated. Yeah, the small pieces, the fact that these pieces are so small and they're relatively concentrated builds, this could go together pretty quickly. This might only be an hour stream. We'll see. I'll stream until we're done, and then I'll probably wrap it up. I don't think we'll have too much more to do. We'll figure it out. There's only one pink flower because Lego is cheap. Well, technically there's two T-Valkyrie. So, you know, Lego will include extra pieces to make sure that if one is mismolded or it's incorrect, it doesn't work, or if it's missing, there's an extra one to fill that gap. So you could technically stick two flowers on there, which I've just done. Now it looks like it's a creature of some kind. It's why? You don't even, like, so they probably could have reduced that piece, and it would have been 167 pieces, and it wouldn't have made that much of a difference. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to overthink it, I suppose. So. So we've added a little next piece. I like the color scheme of the white and the medium azure. Looks pretty nice. So this goes up here. Yeah, and they're going to be using multiple bracket connections, if you can see that. So these, the blue and white brackets, those are lining up nicely, and the blue and gray right there. You just put a tile right there, and that's a super strong connection. It's not going to separate. So whoever designed this set is keeping the play and the movement in mind, because otherwise this would break pretty easily, because these fragile robots, these kind of rickety long limbs and thin pieces. So. Rob Collection says, Malister, I found 2 favorite blue coats and about 3 of your arch nemesis, the foul red coats, your other favorite, in parentheses. Hey Rob, you found some of those cool Imperial figures. Oh, speaking of Imperial figures, I was going to do a poll and figure out which one's the best, but I forgot. So we didn't. But I'll do that at some point. I want to see what people think. I feel like blue coats will win, but maybe red coats will give them a run for their money. We'll see. Let me know in the comments if you think blue coats are better or red coats are better, or if you don't have an opinion. I'm pretty neutral, but I think that just because Malister is so passionate about blue coats, then that he would convince others to join his cause. So, all right, got some lime studs happening here. And this is a useful piece. These little hinges. I think it's the one where they go up that is rare. These aren't particularly rare if I'm not mistaken, but I haven't seen these in a while, so. Might get a second copy of this set. I mean, for parts, it makes sense. It's also pretty cheap. So, and the figures are good, so you can have more of those kind of apocalyptic robot scavenger figures. They're pretty cool. Yeah, I'm glad. I think I just needed one copy, but I'm glad I got a copy of this set. I think it's a good set. I'm glad they're making more of these, because this is a theme that I like. I think it's still a little bit, maybe not, like, it's a little underrated maybe, or just unknown, but I think people will enjoy it, hopefully. So. Mark, how do you compare this to the tall neck build? Well, so far, this is a lot smaller than the tall neck build. I think it's like half the pieces. Well, less pieces, maybe not half the pieces. It's smaller in scale for sure. So it's not going to compare super favorably, but it is the same theme. We'll see once we get a little bit further along. We've just made a couple pieces of the crab so far, so we're not too deep into the build yet. But hopefully it's not too far off. I know that the first one was just really well done. If this one is even reasonably well done, I think we'll be fine. So yeah, we'll keep working on it. So. Once we get a little farther along, I'll let you know for sure in comparison which one is, the best. I think tall neck will be the best overall, but hopefully this one does well. Hopefully I'm pleasantly surprised. So far, nothing too revolutionary, just sturdy building techniques, which is good. You don't want it to be too weak. Yep. Lyric said, I got an elves set from Bricks and Minifigs, and I'm not taking apart because the dark red slope pieces are 100% going to break if I take it apart. That's probably a good call, Bricks. If they're already assembled, and if it's something that you're not too worried, like you can leave it together and it's not going to, you know, ruin your plans, then yeah, that might be a good idea just to keep it preserved. Because yeah, dark red from that era would definitely break. So. Andrew Riley says, I'm nerdy. I went on Bricklink to see the parts and began to understand the reason I thought the pieces would fit Helldivers is they're so small. I mean, I think so. Definitely some of these pieces would work. If you were building the Patriot exosuit, for example, a lot of these pieces would translate very well over to that. Some of the colors, like white, would work for that Stalker we were working on last week. So some of the things would translate over, but not all of them. So I think Helldivers tends to have more of a black and yellow color scheme. These are mostly like kind of white with some black accents too, though, now that I think about it. So there's some that would work for sure. And there's definitely some pieces in here that I haven't acquired yet, so some new stuff that I'm looking forward to further down the line. Probably in bag 2 we'll start to see some of that. Alright. Wow, that's looking good. A pretty complicated little array of mixel joint clips. That's almost certainly going to be the bottom of the crab right there. And you'll have the body right there. But yeah, this is a nice sturdy little build. It's kind of bolted together. Will be when we attach some more stuff here. Probably a 2x4 black tile right there. Yep, there it is. After we put a plate down. So there we go. And yes. Good. And this goes right there. Yeah, I'm liking the build techniques so far. This is actually a relatively complex little creature. I'm sure they went to great lengths to make it look like the one from the game, which, to be honest, I haven't played the game in a long time, so I'm not going to be the most accurate judge, but I can let you know if it's wildly off. If it's like, that doesn't look anything like what I remember. This is pretty close so far. It's funny that I'm subbed to 2 LEGO Masters winners. There you go. I mean, there's a couple LEGO Masters winners who create content. I know Nick, is it Brick and Nick? No, what's Nick Brick? No. Anyway, Nick from season 3, he does a lot of Twitch streaming. So he's on Twitch all the time, and he does a really good job there. So there's definitely some LEGO Masters who create content. I could hear it creaking while I was building. Oh no, Lemur Bricks. Grumpy J says, throw it against the wall? Are you kidding me? Good grief, Grumpy J. You could throw it against the wall. Chrome Vader, good to see you, Chrome Vader. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for stopping by. There's some crazy extra pieces there. If you see all those little plumes. So these are Azure little small Forester style plumes here. I love that color. Love that piece. Also got some more red and whites. So these are great. These are kind of hard to find, especially the white one. The white one was especially hard to find back in the day, but now they're common because they've made them like individual mold. It's a new mold. It's very good. So more plumes for Forester characters down the line. I like that. Extra pieces is good. And you can swap out the ones on Aloy's bow too, which is what it's meant for, I'm sure. So moving on to bag 2 though, bag 2 of 6, and we're doing good on time. Maybe I'll pick it up just a tiny bit. There you go. Got a bunch. Let me put these away. Just a bunch of little pieces. Now we've got a bunch of orange going on there too. Interesting. And a big transparent light blue snowflake. There we go. I think that's going to be used in the shield, which is a brilliant NPU on the LEGO designers. I need to look up who designed the set. It doesn't say on the box. That would be pretty cool if it was on the box. You can see who designed the set. Who was involved in designing the set. Usually it's a team effort. BD Build says, this stream coincided with a huge rainstorm where I am. I was going to run to Target for more parts storage, but not complaining about getting to watch the stream for longer. Hey, there you go, BDD Builds. It worked out. In that case, something for you to do while you were reined in. The other day, I was trying to get to go somewhere. I think I was going to go watch a movie at the theater, and it was just pouring buckets, and I couldn't get out of my studio, so I was just watching it rain for an extra 15 minutes, because I was like, I don't feel like going outside right now. I can relate to that problem. All right, let's see. Light gray. Oh, that's not the right one. There you go. Ooh, this is a new color for me. This little headlight brick. I should say it's a brick with stone on the side with a rounded side. Very useful. First time I've seen it in tan. I had a bunch in light gray already, but tan's a cool color. I could use more of these in tan. I can tell you that much. Got some more hinge pieces. I think this is still working on the... Yeah, this is the individual leg of a shell walker here. Okay. And it will probably need... Yep, times 6. That's how they save printing on their... instruction manuals here. Ooh, sand blue. I like some sand blue. I just posted a Life on Mars mock that has a lot of sand blue in it. There's some nice sand blue curved slopes. There you go. Oh, is that right? Yes? No? Maybe so? I think that goes there. Either way. There we go. And a clip piece right there. Yeah, don't want to mess this up too badly. I like how this leg is constructed. So, you got that little, very firm hinge right there. It adjusts by segments versus a ball joint. But you do have a ball joint right there, which will be very useful for angling that leg all over and keeping it nice and strong. So, a very sturdy combination. I like it. I think it's good. I've been pleasantly surprised with the building techniques in this set so far. Sometimes you build a Lego set and it's like, okay, that's not super exciting, but this one is interesting so far. Has anyone had strange ink mistakes in their Lego instruction books? I had it happen to me in the D&D set. No, I haven't, Lemur Bricks. That's interesting. I have not encountered that recently at all. But I wouldn't be that surprised. Sometimes if there's a little printing error, it could definitely cause an issue with a paper instruction booklet. Especially with as big an instruction booklet as the D&D set has. That was huge. I remember building that set, and it was like 4 volumes, just gigantic. Heavy-duty reading. We've got 6 legs to construct, so I'll do this a little bit more efficiently, I think, because we've already observed the legs. We've already shared our thoughts on it. So we won't hesitate on these. But, yeah. Good colors. Some orange happening. Makes it interesting enough. The machines in the game are pretty... They've got a kind of cohesive color scheme overall, but yeah, a lot of white, kind of orange, blue highlights. Looks really good. Very well designed. So I think we can start snapping these on too. I'll do that as we go around. Where was I? Here we go. Build another one. Gotta do 6 of these. Because it's a little crab. He's got 6 legs. There we go. Well, it's not a difficult build, but I do like it. It's just got just enough complexity to keep it interesting. What is the age in this? 9+? Yeah, so it's not for little kids, but it's not a 16 and up or 18 and up set where it's supposed to be really difficult. So. Or just trying of patience, because I think that most Lego sets can be accomplished by simply following the instructions. Not most kids, if they're into Lego, can figure it out. But some sets are just so big that it's the patience required that really is the kicker. Like, that's the difficult part of it, is it has, you know, thousands and thousands of pieces. This does not have thousands of pieces. It has 760 pieces. So There's 3 legs on that side. I like that a lot. Yeah, I might not have to disassemble these. I might be able to keep these together for the mock that I'm planning in the future. It looks nice so far. It's about the right size. It's well designed, sturdy. So, yeah, let me make a few more legs here. 3 more. This will take a second. The only weird thing for me was one of my sets came with French instructions instead of English. That's worth mentioning, Grumpy J. That's pretty wild. Yeah, yeah, it should be English if you get a United States style box. That's yeah, I've never had that happen to me either. I've gone out of my way to buy boxes that have a European. They're from Europe. Like I have a couple older Castle boxes that are definitely from Europe because they have different digit counts than the United States versions did, a different year released. So. In later bags, I'm guessing you're talking about the stud to clip bar pieces. They're new to me and have so much potential. I'm actually talking about a specific tile. It's a 1x2 tile, but it has a little cut angle to it. So that's one piece that's new to me. I haven't seen those in any sets that I've bought recently until now. So these guys, I've seen these in clear, and I think I even have a few gray ones too. This is a really cool piece and very useful, but I've seen this before, and I think I even have some gray ones. Not a ton of them, but some of them. This is a new one for me, though. I think you were talking about this, Andrew, with the clip. That's pretty cool. I don't think I have any of those. Man, Lego pieces these days are crazy. I remember when I was a kid, the cheese slope was a big deal. That was revolutionary. A 1x1 slope? Are you kidding me? What do they do next? A brick with studs on both sides? Yeah, they were wildin' back then with the cheese slope, and olive green was introduced. That was a big deal too. Oh man, I'm gonna get nostalgic. Couple more legs, then we can move on to the next step, and probably the next bag. We're almost there. Here we go. Ooh la la at Grumpy J, yes. The French strike again. Forcing you to read the French instructions. Actually, do the instructions have words? Would it actually say like the French version of the set on the top, or are you just messing with me, Grumpy J? Tomorrow I start the Tudor Corner. Nice, Lemur Bricks. That is a really good set. That is a cool looking modular building. It's got a medieval vibe, which I really like. That's cool, man. I'm happy for you. Tudor Corner is a masterpiece. Yes, they really cooked on that one, as the kids would say. That one was excellent. I don't think anyone's complaining about that one anytime soon. Last leg of the legs, if that makes sense. We're getting down to the bottom of the crab legs here. Actually, crab legs would be really good right now. I just had dinner, but I'm already hungry. I had 6 tacos. How could I be hungry? I guess that's what happens when you're a growing boy like me. 31 years old. I guess that happens when you get old. You get hungry. You're always hungry. Little critters. Surely it's perfect. Yeah, that would actually work well for Helldivers bugs. You're right, Andrew. Now that I think about it. Might have to borrow it for democracy. Or for the opposite of democracy, the bugs. So. Here we go. Well, that's pretty cool. I like it. I think that's fun. It's very sturdy, very flexible, very posable. Yeah. So far, so good. No complaints. I'm also in a good mood, so maybe that's factoring in. But no, it's so far it's fine. So I'm enjoying it. As a fan of the video game, I'm enjoying it. So let's see. Now we're making some little crab arms, looks like. What else is happening there? And down there. And of course we need to make 2 crab arms, because crabs have 2 arms, not 1. There we go. And like that. Yeah, I like this design. This is pretty cool. I'll keep it together unless I need something for Helldivers, in which case, too bad. This one will stay together, I imagine. We'll see how we feel about the sawtooth. I imagine it'll be good too, but we'll see. Oops, I did the wrong piece there. Definitely did the wrong piece. There you go. Small error that could be fixed. Oh, got an ad on my playback here. All right. Second crab arm, activate. Oh, it goes that way. Yeah. Well, these arms work okay. They're a little bit sideways, but that is also how the crab looks most of the time. There we go. Pretty cool looking. I think I like the lower legs better as a design, but these are, I mean, what else would you do? That's pretty small surface area to build with. You don't want to make it too bulky. They finally introduced the 1x1 tile in olive green this year. I forgot which set it's in. Oh my goodness. I know they've had a round 1x1 tile in olive green for a while, but a square one would be pretty new to me. That's pretty interesting. It was all French. Luckily, the pics were easy to see. Yeah, if it's step-by-step physical, like arrows and numbers, that should be the same. But yeah, that's interesting. Hey man, hope you're doing well. How is the build so far? I've been intrigued by that set. Doing good, Darkside Berserkers. Thank you guys for stopping by. The set has been good so far. I'm actually enjoying this little crab guy. I really like the legs on the bottom and how those are attached and how sturdy those are. The arms up here are fine, and the face is okay too. I don't think I would do too much different. So yeah, debating whether or not we keep these for future Horizon-style builds and just put these in here, because they're the right size, the right scale. We'll see. Gonna have to finish the build and see if I like them as a complete package. Might keep one, might keep the other, might keep both. It's an open-ended discussion. Andrew B is here. 31 still growing. If I remember quickly, that's about when you start growing outwards. That might be the case, Andrew. We'll see. People have been telling me my whole life that I'll finally be able to gain weight. I have very high metabolism, so I wouldn't mind slowing down a little bit. And I would have to not eat so much food to be normal. So, all right. And we're working on his little crab claw now here. There we go. Just got a little bit of pieces left here, these orange ones. This will add a little dash of color. I don't remember the claws being orange, but they must have been. That would actually make sense because it's kind of like a caution color. Like, warning, claws may close. Stay away from claws. Let's see. Yeah, these are all pretty much pieces that I recognize. Nothing too new here. I would say that the 1x3 with the curved ends and the holes in the studs is new to me. The size is, I have it in light gray, but I don't have it in orange. So that's an unusual piece for my collection. And I think this is a good use for it, though. And that goes on the left hand. There we go. Yep, he's got his little claw. He's exactly like a crab. I like it. All right, let's make his little shield hand here. Doink, doink. Yeah, the coolest thing about the Horizon games is that there aren't a lot of actual living creatures in the world. They're mostly robots made to look like creatures that you'll recognize, so it's interesting. Like you have rabbits, foxes, turkeys, and I think raccoons, a few smaller creatures like that, but larger creatures don't exist anymore. They're all robots, so it's kind of an unusual concept. Oh, did I do this wrong? No, I did it right. Okay. Yeah, good. Okay. This part could be easy to misalign if you're not careful, but shouldn't be an issue. All right. Oh, that's where that piece goes. Okay. So that little black clip we were talking about earlier, that goes right in there. After you've aligned all the pieces, you're going to mess it up. There you go. Almost like a little botanical flower. Interesting. All right, and that goes on his other hand. Just like that. I can see where this is going. Put this there. Put this there. Put these there. I love these transparent triangle panels. That's a cool piece. It would almost work for icy stuff. Maybe. We'll see. I think it'll work best here for now. And I don't even know how you would use it in Ice Planet, now that I think about it. But a brilliant use of the snowflake piece here for the shield. I like how that looks. It looks very similar to that kind of octagon, kind of force field shield that these guys have to defend themselves. Makes them tricky to defeat in the game. I will say, though, having this be a removable component that the minifigures can hold too really messes with the aesthetic for me. I'm almost positive it's not that thick, that tall in the game. I think it's much closer to its wrist, and that's a kind of an unnecessary amount of depth there just so that it can come off more easily. I feel like there's a lot easier way to attach that. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't remember that being so thick. Maybe it's me. So I'll have to look at the game, play the game again, and see if that is correct. But in my gut, I think that's too thick. So. Yep, I gained 12 inches of girth. That sounds right, Grumpy J. Once you get a little older, that happens. Horizon was a great world and really interested for Lego builds, but just a really boring story for the game. So the first game I thought was fine. I thought it was an engaging enough story. It took a while to finally materialize, but I thought it was fine. The gameplay was fun. I wouldn't say it's the best game I've ever played. I've played a lot of games that are much better more recently, but it was very enjoyable at the time. So many new pieces, especially tiles. Those bow tie and 2x1 with 45-degree cut, and even the triangles, floors, just got historic. Exactly. Another new piece in trans blue. Exactly. There's a bunch of new elements introduced in the set. Feels like Lego has been kind of just dropping those all over lately, which is great. So, all right, opening bag 3, which means we are getting towards halfway done, and we're about halfway through the stream too. So this should be a good amount of time for what we're trying to do. We want to have about 2 hours of hanging out time, so it seems about right. Opening the contents of bag 3. It's probably terrible sounding. Lots of good pieces in here. A couple larger ones too, which I like. Probably some more landscaping happening. This is a piece that I was referring to as being very new to me. This little angled tile piece. Super cool. I think for Speed Champions fans, this is going to be old news. But for somebody who kind of focuses on basic parts packs or castle sets, this hasn't been utilized that much in that yet. So, yeah, really love that. It's also in white. That'd be useful for Ice Planet, I tell you what. Wow. Those are neat. I like that. All right, where are we? So this is the back of the crab, I believe. His little cargo container. Almost like a hermit crab going on. Here we go. And the color scheme's adding a bit of yellow now too, which is, I think, nice. Couple jumpers. I don't know what these jumpers are going to do. We'll find out. At this point, it's more of a mystery because the crab on the box You can see the front of him, but I don't think you can see the back of him too well. Maybe a little bit right there. There he is. He's got like a structure to hold the canister. That's what we're working on right now, I imagine. So. We're at step 43. And according to this, we're more than halfway through this instruction booklet. There it is. Ooh, that's the new color for my collection. The yellow ingot piece. I've had orange for a while, and a lot of other colors like sand blue and lots of light gray, some gold and silver, but never seen yellow, so that's new for me. I like that. New colors. New colors for the collection. There's a bracket I'm looking for. Oh, and we got a piece in burnt orange too, the darker orange. So, very subtly different. You can't really see it on this camera, but this orange is darker than this orange. So, interesting. They really haven't done a lot with that color yet, though. I mean, besides the one Technic set, I think we haven't seen that color really fully utilized. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Grumpy J says, so Mark, what's the next emoji that will be next for the chat? Well, I think we're at our limit now, Grumpy. We added the Ice Planet one. Next emoji could be a Helldiver, could be something Horizon related, or could just be something channel related too. We'll see. You got any suggestions? Let me know. Could be, oh, Grumpy J emoji would be pretty good. That would be pretty suitable. Grumpy J could use his own emoji to drop in the chat. Maybe Nexonite related, we'll see. That would be pretty funny. Alright. Got this back door built. I think this is this is probably the surface in which it goes on. We'll figure that out in a second. Jacob and Ginger Hoffman never played the game, but I like the set. I built it, and the back part you're about to build has a cool building techniques. There we go. Looking forward to it, Jacob and Ginger. Yeah, it's the lower legs are what was really impressing me the most so far, but yeah, haven't been disappointed with any part of the build at this point. So hopefully that trend continues. So I tend to be a little picky when it comes to Lego sets. Like, I'll give people a hard time if I think there's something dumb in a Lego set. The last few reels I've shared have been a little bit like, yeah, it's a set, but I'm kind of negative about this part about it. So even though I think that people will buy both of them, even I want to get the minifigure vending machine for the cool figures. So yeah, at the same time, I think people need to feel free to criticize something that they think is not good, especially when Lego can do things that are so good. They have high standards to keep, so yeah, there we go. And more of those yellow ingot pieces. And that goes right there. Ba-boom. Nice. And that goes cluck clunk. And does that have a tipping feature too, or does it just kind of stay on there? Is it supposed to rest at an angle? Yeah, it's supposed to kind of... Okay, it's not supposed to tip over, but it does sit like that. Interesting. Little cargo area for it. Pretty cool. I like the colors. It is nice and secure on there too, which is good because it could have not been. Now we work on the cargo container itself, which is something that could be very intriguing. I'm already excited to see this big wagon wheel style piece come back. When did this first drop? It would have been 07? I think this came out in 2006 or 7. And yeah, this is a good one. I have some in dark brown. I don't know how many I have in black, so that's good. I think I might have a black one or two. I remember seeing this piece used as a water wheel back in the day, so interesting to see it return. But it makes sense. That's kind of a tricky shape to accomplish. Seems like the perfect set and parts for you. There we go. I think this is a good one for me. It's keeping me entertained. Things I like about it. So I definitely bought it because I thought that's a cool set. So maybe Grumpy can give the okay for the copyright of his Grumpy J tattoo as his emoji. Maybe. I could see about that at some point. Once we get a few more members and we unlock another emoji, it might be a while because once you get 100 members, that's a lot of members. We'll see. Fingers crossed. Oh, interesting. Okay, so it's instead of going on 3 sides, instead of going on multiple sides, it's a 3-sided thing here. There you go. So what I've done, I've put all the tan bricks with studs on the side at different angles, but they want you to have them be lined up with each other, like that. More like that. And they're very firmly attached on there, so now I gotta adjust all these. They seem to get tighter as you twist them. That's interesting. So something like that. That one's still not twisted enough. There you go. That'll work. Then we put these orange braces in there. And these yellow little ink wells is what I call them. I think it's a 1x1. Is it a tile modified or a brick modified? Plate modified. I think it's tile modified. How many members do you need to hit 100 plus? Well, we've got like 105, I think. So I think it's pretty high up there. It's probably 20 members, but we'll get it eventually, Grumpy J. Eventually we'll grow big enough to get another emoji. Or we could swap out one that we don't use that often, because we don't use the Nick Bluetooth emoji that often, and I wouldn't mind swapping that out. So we can do that. We can, we'll figure it out at some point, Grumpy. I haven't thought about emojis lately because we did the Ice Planet one, figured that would be good for a little while. But we can resume discussions on that if we need to. So. Oh, interesting. Interesting phenomenon happening here. This is where it could get interesting. Hold on. Ooh, look at that. So we've used some inverted plates there. Plates with holes in the studs to get that very, very tight connection point there. Very interesting. It's also very sturdy that way too. So I'm impressed by that. That's some good building. Outside the box type stuff here. I like it, Picasso. There we go. Do 3 of these. And brace it up, essentially making it much stronger and giving it more angles to attach things to. Very interesting. Rob Claxton sent 1 Mark of our gift memberships. There we go. Hey, thanks, Rob Claxton. Appreciate it. 1 closer to more. But yeah, I think we could swap out Nick Bluetooth. So, never too old for Lego. Mark, what's up, buddy? Hello, everyone. Hi, Grumpy. Never too old for Lego. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for stopping by. I've seen you streaming a lot lately. If I had more time, I'd definitely stop by. So. Malachi is here. Good to see you, Malachi. Grumpy got his priorities for the stream. He's pulled out the agenda. It's all business people. Exactly. Crosshair one says, maybe someone might buy 100 memberships or a membership gifting battle might happen. Oh, we're fine, guys. We got plenty of members. But if you feel like donating, feel free. But yes, don't worry about it. So. Yeah, 4 weeks off sucked. Yeah, you're back in the swing of things, though. I've seen a lot of videos pop off. So good job, man. All right. So we got the second wagon wheel piece that we're putting on the top of this shape here, keeping this very strong. There we go. So that's pretty cool. I'm liking the way that looks. We'll figure out what they do for the top. I imagine it's this dish here. We'll keep building and figure it out. There we go. Yep, as predicted. Nice and secure. Nice little cool container there. Oh, we need to do some of these now. Oh my goodness, Grumpy J sent 10 Mark Worth memberships. Thank you so much, Grumpy. Appreciate you. That'll definitely get us closer. Hey, Stickler Bricks, Rawea, a bunch of people that I know got memberships. That's great. So, well, if you just got a membership and you're watching the stream, feel free to check out some behind-the-scenes stuff. We just posted a picture of the upcoming Dwarven Forge. That should be pretty awesome, because Dwarves won the poll not too long ago. I think it was a week ago. And that will be a really exciting build, so looking forward to that. Once it's done. It's not quite done yet, but it's getting closer. This is an interesting pattern achieved here. Yeah. Well, thanks, Grumpy J. Appreciate it. And Malachi just got a membership too. Great job. Right place at the right time kind of thing. There you go. Look at that cool pattern. I like that. This would have never been possible back in the day. So cool to see some great tile pieces. And I'm not going to arrange them perfectly. I'm just going to slap them together because we got stuff to do. We don't have all day. They're close enough. There we go. So we'll put a few more of these down. While I was sick, I was still busy working on more Lego songs. I wrote 4 more and finished 1, so 5 in total. Just need 2 more songs for a full album. That sounds awesome. Never too old for Lego. I'm looking forward to that. Oh, they're different angles. So they want you to do it at angles like this, which looks pretty cool. Kind of a triangle pattern all the way around. So we can do that. We'll make that happen. How are we doing on time? Doing good on time. We should finish this in 2 hours if I keep pace. If I don't slow down. I might up the pace just a little bit and keep building quickly. We don't want to be too slow. There we go. Some more sand blue tiles. Here we go. Well, what I did this week, I like to go to the movie theater every now and then, and I saw the last, well, supposedly, one of the last Mission Impossible movies, and it was pretty good. I saw it in IMAX, actually, because I figured it was worth going to on the big screen. They just put an IMAX screen in my neighborhood, and it was good. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I think Tom Cruise is getting a little old these days, but he's still at it, doing all these crazy stunts. So that was fun to see. Oh, there's one extra. How is there an extra one? I guess I'll figure that out. And so, but that being said, there's a lot of movies coming out this summer. I think Lilo and Stitch already came out. There's a bunch of other movies hitting the theaters, and if anyone likes to watch theater movies and not wait until they get home, what's a movie that you can't wait? You're going to have to go day one. So let me know in the comments if there's one. I really want to see Superman. I'm excited about the Superman movie because I'm a Superman fan. But it could be good or it could be really dumb. We'll see. I don't think there's that much middle ground. We'll find out. I'm hopeful. But it could be dumb. Spread the love so people show up to my funeral. Grumpy J, sadly, if I last longer than you somehow, I will show up to your funeral, but we'll see. I wouldn't put it past me. I sent over to Atlanta Brick Company. There are 10 songs I have to play in the store. Oh, there you go. Never too old for Lego. I don't work there anymore, but I'm sure they will appreciate it. So, Roya says, thanks for the channel gift. Absolutely. Grumpy J sent a bunch, trying to get us a little bit higher membership so we can unlock another emoji. And probably wants to see a next night emoji at some point. So, Grumpy, I've requested a Viking funeral. That's the way to go, T Valkyrie. That's the way to go. Sweet Valkyrie, I'll shoot an arrow. We're all assuming that we'll outlast each other, but gotcha. So, UFO Bricks is here. Good to see you, UFO Bricks. Hope you're doing well. We are finishing up the Crab Walker, a Shell Walker, not Crab Walker, Shell Walker, from the Horizon set here. How does this go on? Just like this? How does this? There we go. That's pretty secure. All right. I like it. That's pretty rad. It's a little bigger than the ones in the game, but I don't think you could make that too much smaller without really messing with the proportions, so. Yeah, that's pretty fun. Very flexible. Just sturdy enough. Yeah, it's just a little bit bigger than minifigure scale, but I think that's probably what you want to do rather than be too small and not detailed enough. So I do like the look of that. We'll set this down over here. He'll go right here. Keep us company. Can still read the instructions. So the box with some gold goes in here. I don't think they had literal treasure chests in the game, but I mean, I get it. That's fine. Got the square lid. I like that square lid, actually. With all the bad guys in the movie, I don't think you're going to get a storyline whatsoever. I think they overdid it, and it's going to bomb. Ooh, could be never too old for Lego. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm hopeful, but I could totally see it not doing well. I'm also excited about the Tron movie coming up, but that could really be bad if Jared Leto decides to go Morbin time on everything. So if he decides it's Morbin time in Tron universe, so. What a Chad. Exactly. Grumpy J is quite the guy. Quite a sight. Malachi said, I like to wait for movies to be out for a couple months. That way I get the theater for myself. I used to go day one, though. Yeah, so some movies are actually more fun day one, but most of the time it's better to wait a week or two, for sure. Yeah, I agree with you, Malachi. All right, treasure chest built. Let's move to probably the last page of this instruction booklet. Oh, the treasure chest is part of the landscape. I don't like that. I think that is not good. You couldn't put one 2x4 plate in here, huh? You just had to... I'm just gonna gripe. Sorry, guys. That's just me. Don't mind the grumpy man in the corner here. The other grumpy man. I'm going to live forever as long as the internet is around. That's good, Grumpy. I believe in you. Yeah, treasure chest is, okay, sure. You can find relics in the game, which is interesting. Usually they're more like scrap metal, though, so. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Little campfire looks alright, though. And yeah, okay, you can remove the treasure chest, and it won't separate the landscape if you do. So that's good. Yeah, if the landscape was required to have the treasure chest on top in order to keep it together and not falling apart, that would be kind of lame. Jared Leto, so clown emoji. Yeah, he's an odd guy. I'm not gonna go too into detail here, but yeah, he's one of those Hollywood types, So we'll see. Oh, Will, while you're here, Roya, check out in the members section, now that you're a member, check out that Dwarven Forge I was working on, because it's partially inspired by some of the stuff you were sending me the other day, so I think you'll hopefully find it enjoyable. I'm sorry, but I really think the new Dune sucks. Oh no, never too old for Lego. You don't like it? What were some of the problems with it? I enjoyed it quite a bit. But I can understand if you don't like it. It's it's a difficult thing to translate into movie form. Those books could be challenging for sure. Kind of not easily approachable. So need some Nexo Knight emoji, especially Mark and Steven Sigfig as a Nexo Knight. Maybe, Rob. I don't know. We might have to do some Nexo Knights references here. We'll see. All right, campfire done. Moving on to the second instruction booklet here. I do like that campfire. I think that's okay looking. I like the way it's kind of built on a little pile of rocks. Treasure chest is there. That's good. I won't say no to that. Yeah, not bad. I was worried at first, but I was allayed. Alright, next bag here. Let's put Aloy there too. Yeah. Next bag, we're on bag 4. And we're almost just a little past an hour into the stream, so not bad at all. That means we can't go too slow if we want to get to our 2-hour time goal here. So we'll keep it up. Someone told me they're remaking the movie Willow. Someone needs to stop that script real quick. Stop remaking the classics. Yeah, I think there's a few too many sequels and remakes happening. But that's, unfortunately, what most people go to see in the theaters, the sequels to their favorites. So, yeah, it's a vicious cycle, unfortunately. Maybe if they made some really, really good movies that were original stories, we could kind of break the mold, but we'll see. Has anyone found anything cool lately? Is there a pick-a-brick finds or other marketplace deals? Just overall highlights? Ooh, interesting, Malachi. So any Lego deals found in the Lego sphere lately? I've seen some pretty nice pieces on the pick-a-brick walls at the Lego store. I have not gotten the chance to go check it out, but I've seen some fern pieces, some great colors. So yeah, I need to get to the Lego store again and check them out. Just the closest one for me is over an hour drive away, and it's just I'm lazy, so I don't want to have to go drive through downtown Atlanta to go see the Lego store. So we'll see. I'll get to see it eventually, I suppose. Get back to there. And right now we're working on the sawtooth, which is one of my favorite robotic creatures from this game, and possibly from this set. We'll see. Okay, so the original was missing a lot, but at least it had like good enough storyline. This one feels like no story at all. I gotcha. So it kind of feels empty. Huh. Well, hopefully they're doing a third one, I believe. Hopefully the third one can kind of turn things around. Or have you seen Dune Prophecy, the TV show on the HBO Max? I saw it. I thought it was okay. Maybe it's not for everybody. So I still have to wait too much before I go to my first Lego store. Too much before I go to my first Lego store? You've never been to the Lego store? Never too old for Lego? That would be a very big surprise to me if you haven't been to a Lego store before. But yeah, great Lego deals. I haven't got anything too recently. I did get a really, really cool set from Bricklink not too long ago. One of my white whale sets that I've wanted to get for a long time. I'll probably do a video on it at some point, but it is Belleville. I'll put it that way. It wasn't cheap. But it wasn't like the most expensive thing I've bought in Lego recently by any means. So, a couple $100. So, but yeah, I was overjoyed to get that one. So, not gonna say the exact thing, but Belleville should give it away. So, no, I don't have HBO where I'm at. Oh, gotcha. Never too old for Lego. No worries. So, I Bricked It Up is here. Hey, Mark, this set looks awesome. Appreciate it. I Bricked It Up. Yes, we're working on the Shellwalker and Sawtooth. And Aloy and Varl are here too. We got the new Aloy figure with the new bow. Looking pretty cool. And the Shellwalker, I was pretty happy with a lot of the techniques and pieces happening in this build so far. Very flexible, very posable, but yet pretty sturdy, reasonably sturdy. So, yeah. Pretty happy with it so far. Haven't gotten to the Varl minifigure yet. I'm excited to see him. Said he was a good character. He got a little bit of time in the first game. I think he gets more time in the second game. So. Yeah, we're just starting with the basic body of the Sawtooth now. So we got another, I'm guessing another hour or so, maybe a little less. But yeah. Alright, more mixel joint connectors going on. This is probably the head. Yeah, I would imagine this is the head or maybe the tail. Probably the head. Some of that burnt orange going in. It looks like regular orange in the lighting that I've got here, but that is the darker orange. So, bro, my first Lego build was 13 months ago, and I didn't do any Lego for 6 months. Now I've been doing Lego for 7 months every day. I never had Lego as a kid. Wow, I wouldn't have guessed that. Never too old for Lego. That's great. Congratulations on getting into the community. I heard the earpiece is the smallest Lego part. Is that true? The earpiece is part of the hair mold. So, yeah, that isn't separable. That's the same. It's part of the hair. So I don't think that's the smallest Lego piece. I think it's just part of the the headgear. So, yeah, nothing else here is more small than like a little plate with a clip. That's pretty small, but that's about as small as it gets. So, that might be hearsay. Never know. Tremors, and it's awesome. What's the name of the old school comedy horror movie where there was a dune-like creature? Tremors, I think you're right. I bricked it up. I think that's right. I have not seen Tremors. I need to watch Tremors. I've heard it's good. They made a bunch of them, right? So, can it fit a bar? Oh, I don't know about that. Let's see. We're about to find out. I don't think so. Doesn't seem to. It's very close. Yep, I would say no. Maybe you could flex it in there. Let's get a rubber piece and try that. That would be weird looking. Yeah, I would say no. It doesn't seem to be fitting there, even with the softer rubber piece. So probably not. You could maybe squeeze it in there if you shaved off a little bit of the piece, but I'm not going to go to that length. I'm not going to be that extreme. But it is interesting. I think it looks pretty cool if you're aware of the style of the games. So. Guess what? They're redoing Tremors, FYI. Oh no! They're redoing all the movies. They're doing another Jurassic World movie, which I don't know what the plot is. I think they're going to a different island, something. I don't know. We'll see. It could be good. It could be bad. That's kind of how it is with every movie. How did this get attached? Oh, wow. Okay. We'll make that happen then. This is a interesting connection style. So you got this axle and pin connection holding this big Bionicle style joint piece right there. That'll be interesting. Interesting. And the reason they've got these windows in there is because they want to have enough room for that joint piece, that ball joint right there, so it doesn't get too close to those bricks. Interesting. I like it. A pretty inventive solution to that conundrum. Somebody had to think pretty hard about that one. The plate with clip is the coolest part since it's the round 1x1 brick with a stud. Basically, yeah. So, I believe the smallest piece has to be one of the Infinity Stone pieces. Correct me if I'm wrong. That would make sense to me, UFO bricks. I bet you're right on that one. Don't know how that would be useful. Just curious. I will be going to the F1 movie day one. I have friends that want to go, but as an F1 fan, I probably will endure some cringe. So as an F1 fan, you think it's going to be inaccurate, Malachi? Is that what I think it is? The Jurassic Universe? Dinosaurs on Mars? Yeah, dinosaurs in space is the only thing missing from Jurassic World movies at this point. Brad Pitt as a driver, I'll pass. I think it could be good. We'll see. I saw the commercial, looked alright. Maybe it's a good drama. Yeah, I remember watching Ford versus Ferrari a couple years ago now, and that was a really good movie. I like that one. I'm not a big race car enthusiast or race car movie guy, but I thought it was a very good movie. The actors did a great job portraying the story and the character and stuff like that. All right, make sure I got everything, didn't miss anything. Yep. Cool. Next piece. Gotta keep building. Don't want to lose pace. We've got a little ways to go on this one. I got a couple more bags. Don't want to be too late. Don't want to have to do a part 2. That is a cool connection. There you go. Peter says, those dinosaurs must be spreading like locusts at this point. Yeah, there's dinosaurs everywhere in the Jurassic World movie franchise universe. It's too late for anyone. It's over. Which is kind of a fun concept if you think about it. Dinosaurs returning and taking over the Earth, but we'll see. We'll see what they do with it. Could be good, could be dumb. I'm guessing it's a little more dumb than good, but maybe there'll be some good to it. Yeah. Want to see Superman. What else do I want to see this year? I feel like there was one other movie that I was excited about watching. I did want to see Lilo and Stitch eventually, but I might wait till it shows up in Disney Plus. We'll see. Because I like the original Lilo and Stitch movie as well. The ring is the smallest stud reversal. Yeah, the Lord of the Rings ring? That makes sense. Alright, so we got some pretty heavy-duty shoulder attachments. They're also very flexible. So, interesting connection. So far, I've been very impressed with how they've connected the legs to the bodies of the robots in this set so far. So, pretty cool. You've got those very strong bracket connections there as well. Some more burnt orange going down. Connect on both sides. A very sturdy base to build on. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, I don't think I'm making a better sawtooth at this scale, so this one's probably going to keep in one piece as well. I don't see myself taking it apart too soon. But if I need the pieces for Helldivers or something, I won't hesitate. I will think about it, but I won't hesitate once I've made up my mind. Crossover movie with Fast and the Furious and Jurassic Park? Oh, that would be awful. Can you imagine watching that? That'd be terrible. Not better than Tremors, though. LOL. Ford versus Ferrari was good. Yeah, not better than Tremors, I'm sure, but it was an enjoyable movie for me. I thought it was fine. So. I actually watched a really good movie the other day called Novocaine. Oh, I heard about that one, Never Too Old for Lego. I need to watch that at some point. I missed it in the theater. I was just a little bit busy. But that's the nice thing about digital and streaming. You can usually rent it or buy it online later. So, yep, Rush. Remember hearing about Rush? I haven't seen that one either. If I watch F1, I should probably watch Rush too, because that's like a very similar concept, if you ask me. Maybe it's not, and I'm just completely incorrect on that part. But ooh, making a spiky back to the creature so far, and some nice shoulder armors. Lots of good little white slopes. I'll be tempted to go after these when I build some more Ice Planet. There we go. So a very smooth top now. That's nicely decorated. I like that a lot. Even this chunk of brick is like, I like how it's constructed. Is this a double page here? Huh? Okay. Yeah, there was definitely like an error there. Instructions error. They'll figure it out. Because you have the white slopes there in this picture, and then you're supposed to put them on in this picture. So that's a little instructions error there. That's okay. I figured it out. It wasn't that hard. So. So in dark gray, this is a rare color in my collection, so I'm glad to see it. I have some in light gray, and I have a bunch in black and some in brown. But in dark gray, that's new-ish for me, so glad to have that. I'm still getting all the little weird Lego bits for my collection of pieces. And it's good to know that I have those pieces if I need them. It expands what I'm able to do, so... Come on, Mark. Nothing beats family. Real question is Vin Diesel be on the human side or the dino side? I think he would accidentally drink some radioactive material and become a dinosaur. And that would be the plot of the movie, of him being a dinosaur and trying to defend the dinosaurs. So, I recently watched a World War II sub-movie called U-57-1. It was pretty good. Interesting, Chrome Vader. Don't know if I've heard of that one. Might have to look it up if you think it's good. There was something. It was besides Superman though. There's something coming out this year that I wanted to watch. I'm trying to remember. I've already seen Andor. If it's, I wasn't thinking. Maybe it was TV. I was thinking. I've already saw Andor, and Andor was really good. I'm trying to convince someone else to watch it with me. Hopefully, people here have seen Andor and enjoyed it. So, U-57-1 was a real event too. Yeah, that's those true story movies can be pretty crazy. So. Andrew, do you mean we have to pay tariffs on the movies? That too? Oh no. Those tariffs getting everywhere. Reese is here. Good to see you, Reese. Hi there. I've built this set and it's really good. Yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. It's been pleasantly surprising. So, not complaining so far. Once or twice I was worried for a second, but it wasn't too bad. Like I was worried about the treasure chest being the main connector for the landscape, but that wasn't the case. It's just a detail. So I like that. Yeah, so far, pretty good set. Which is saying something, because I tend to be a little critical of Lego sets. I let them have it. I try to stay positive overall, but I'll let them have it if it's not good. So. Oh, Tim is here. Good to see you, Tim. Thank you for stopping by. He will probably drive a Ford Raptor. Yeah, that would make sense, Malachi. That, oh man, we're making up a whole custom lore for this movie. Here we go. Oh, we got these cool rib-looking pieces here. How do these go? Okay. How do these go on? This is going to be neat. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on a second. Slam the brakes. Let me show you guys this here. So yeah, we're almost certainly going to keep these together for the build if we're able to. I like how those slopes look like ribs on the body. That's really neat. You also got a little bit of a hip motion here with the mixel joints in there. Nice and strong too. Yep, that's looking pretty rad. I like it. Alright, a little bit of detail on the top as well, now we're here. Yeah. Pretty neat. Oh, now we're making the head, maybe? Is that what this is? No, this is like the... Oh, this is the battery pack on the back. So. Andor was good? Yeah, I liked Andor. Andor was pretty good. Andor was great. Gone too soon. Yep. Tragically, 2 seasons, but I mean, I thought they were 2 really good seasons. It told the story that it needed to. Good to have some very good Star Wars again. Andor is one of the best stories we will ever get with Star Wars, and I will treasure it forever. Hey, it did what it needed to do, and then it got out while it was good. It didn't go too long, so good for Andor. Good story. Pretty powerful story, too. Definitely dramatic, not for kids. The Shire set was a letdown. Peter, I haven't had a chance to really see that set in detail, but I can imagine. I know that the tree was a kind of ugly tree. The rest of it, like the interior scene, seemed fine, but there were some details that seemed kind of unfinished. All right, is that it? Maybe just a plate on the back? There you go. There's that battery pack. It almost looks like a life vest or something that goes on the back right there. The part you're supposed to shoot off the creature so that it can be easier to defeat. It takes away a lot of its health when you do that. All right, bag number 5. We're cranking away now. Pour these extra pieces out. There you go. Bag number 5 going down. Ooh, we've got a fabric cape here too. Let's see what we got here. Good. It's all the Canadians' fault that there is a Geneva Convention. Oh dear. We're getting political in the chat. Told you we are the nicest people on the planet, but mess around and find out. Oh dear. Oh dear. As a Canadian, I take great offense. Just kidding. I will let it slide because you gifted membership to me, Grumpy Jay. The Canadians and Grumpy Jay are at war in the chat. Oh, dear. Yeah, the world wars were no joke, for sure. Malachi is Canadian. Interesting. What are we building today? Good question, Tim. We are building not a mock like we normally do. I was just feeling kind of lazy, and I wanted to get this set that I've had stored for a while out of the way. Let me move you, Shellwalker. Look out, buddy. So the Horizon Adventures Aloy and Varl versus the Shellwalker and Sawtooth set, which is a pretty cool looking set. It's also pretty cheap. So I bought this when it first came out, and it's been sitting on my shelf ever since. So yeah, finally getting around to building it. I had to do it in a live stream just to get it done because I don't have time to build sets anymore. But yeah, we will be finishing it soon, hopefully. We got the Shellwalker done already. He's pretty cool looking. I love the way the bottom legs are connected. I think that's really quite good Lego set design. It's pretty sturdy, pretty flexible. A lot of detailed pieces going on. Removable container on the back. So a lot to enjoy there. And we built a little landscape scene. Built one figure, Aloy, here already. She looks good. We've got the beginnings of the Sawtooth, which is a much bigger, more menacing creature, robotic creature in the game. So we're working on that. I'm really liking the rib pattern on the torso, on his like abdomen there. Pretty cool. But let's build the Varl minifigure. He's got a fabric cape. I like these cool fabric capes. Look at that little scrap of fabric. It's probably worth $3 or $4 on Bricklink. There we go. Let's build this minifigure. Man, the printing is really good. Let's put his, does he have a hairpiece? Yeah, he's got a hairpiece. Here we go. And a unique hairstyle, too. And the blue face paint? Wow. So, a very detailed torso and leg print there. I don't know if it'll focus in on this here. Focus. Let's try this. No? Not quite? Anyway, it's a cool minifigure. Great printing all around. And then he's got a nice head with print, cape. The one thing I don't like about this figure, based on the box art, is the spear. I think that looks kind of stupid, but give him a regular spear and he'll look cooler, hopefully. So, yeah. Neato. Alright, moving on. Yeah, you can give him different kinds of spears. Yeah, I'm not too worried about that. So. Alright, let's build him a spear as an example here. Yeah, let's just do this yellow one. Yeah, I think the spear itself is a little bit not the most fluid of designs. It's not really speaking to me on a deep level. Oops, hold on. So that's what he's supposed to fight with, and I just think that looks stupid. So if there's one flaw in this set, it's the spear design is just dumb. Yeah, anyway. I'll fix that later. I'll make him a custom spear that's not so silly looking. Yeah, let's put 5 studs of round bricks on the bottom of a weapon for him to use. Alright, let's build some limbs for this this guy here. Dust off the bricks. Good to see you, Dusty. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for stopping by. I think the Horse Knight Castle may get me to buy a Lego set again. LOL, nothing but mocks lately. Hey, that makes sense, Chrome Vader. Sometimes mocks are the best way to go. When did this set come out? It was just a few months ago, Malachi. I think it was March. Yeah, pretty recently. Are we allowed to say cool? Oh, yes, we're allowed to say cool in this one. No Ice Planet. We will eventually get back to some Ice Planet here, but not tonight. So, I'm glad I'm finally able to make it to live. It's been a while. Yes, Dusty. It's been a while since we saw you. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, we just doing a really lazy live stream tonight. Nothing too crazy. Just doing a set build. The set has been pleasantly enjoyable so far. Sometimes Lego sets can be really a drag, but this has been a lot more fun. So, pleasantly surprised. good review from Mark so far. And we're pretty much done with the set at this point, so there's not too much more to to worry about. Assuming they don't completely fail the last piece of the sawtooth, we'll be fine. How does this work? Okay. Interesting. Oh, I did it wrong. Okay. Whoops. Second mistake of the set build. Alright. I don't know what that's gonna be, but it's something. I don't think it's the head. Yeah, it's the leg. It's a shoulder element here. Pretty nice looking. Let's see. What is happening here? Oh, that goes there. Oh, it's a fused angle. Interesting. So they've used two clip pieces to make sure that that elbow doesn't move. Interesting. I guess it needed to be strong enough. They were more worried about the strength of the set than they were about the flexibility there. Which is a tactical choice. We'll see if it plays out. It probably will. Yeah, for the back leg, that would make sense. You want that to be sturdy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that. I think that looks good. Back leg. Very nice. Moving on to the rest of it. Make sure I'm not missing any crazy comments. Love the Braveheart face paint. Yeah, the blue face paint on the Varro minifigure is very nice. I also like that wild hairdo. There he is. Yeah. Good figure overall. Just need to fix this spear. Oh, take care. Never too old for Lego. Have a great rest of your day. Yeah, go get some editing done. I've been busy with family and Bricks Cascade. Yes, how was Bricks Cascade, Dusty? That looked like a lot of great mocks. I won Best Scene? What? That's awesome. Fantastic. Congratulations, Dusty. That's super cool. That's a big convention to win a big award at. So, nice. This weekend, I'm going to try and build a backup bypass for my large GBC module. Then I need to run it a lot before Brick Rodeo. That makes sense. Yeah, you definitely don't want large GBC modules to be untested going into a big convention like that. So I can understand the strategy there. How's Steven doing, says Tim. Steven's doing pretty good. He's probably just finished a game of pickleball right now. He's been working hard as a new job. So he has been interested in Lego, though. He's been buying up Lego dinosaurs like crazy. So he's now Steven the dinosaur collector. And keep an eye out for that. Eventually, we're hoping to do a video here on the channel about it. Something he's been working on. Fun. So, pretty cool stuff. Elbows. Known for not moving. Yeah, if you have a fused elbow, you have a good chance that you're in a Lego set. Mark, is YouTube your full-time job? You have very professional quality videos. Oh, thank you, Malachi. Yes, it is right now. I decided to take a year and do some YouTubing and some Lego building and get some things. For a long time, I didn't have the time to build Lego at my previous job. It was kind of a toxic work environment, very stressful, and really consumed a lot of my time. So now I am just taking some time off, kind of like a Lego sabbatical year, to build all the projects that have been rattling around inside my brain. So Dune was one of the biggest ones. Ice Planet was one of them. Now I've got things like Horizon. I want to do some more of this. Helldivers. A few more space and castle things. One last one at the end of the year I want to do is Vladek's Dark Fortress. And that should be a big, awesome, evil-looking castle. So a few things I want to get done. And we'll see how well it does. If YouTube continues to grow well, then maybe it'll end up being something I could do. But it's a pretty reasonable chance I go and find a real job again after this. So we'll see. Yeah, keep liking, commenting, all that jazz, because it does help. So, but yeah. So far, I'm pretty happy with the response on the videos. People seem to enjoy a lot of it. So, thank you, Malachi. Let's see. Just a few more pieces on this leg here. This is the bigger leg, actually. The back leg is smaller than the front leg. This kind of hyena build. Is the sawtooth based on a hyena, or is it based off of a different creature? I think it's hyena. Could be wrong. I'm not 100% sure. It's big and menacing. I think it's supposed to be a big hyena. Well, that's what the little other guys are based off of, so maybe it's bigger. Something else. Maybe it's not a bear, because there's a whole separate bear creature. I think it's called a thunderclaw. Could be wrong. Now I need to look. I need to play the games again if I don't remember all the creatures and their specific types. Ooh, we got some yellow coloration here. Interesting. Yellow and tan on the arm here. And a nice joint. Oops, adds. Here you go. Lots and lots of white ingot pieces in this set, which I'm not complaining about. I already have a lot of white ingot pieces already, but I think I could always have more. I could always stand a few more. So, thank you. Yeah, very surprised winning something at my first convention. That's a big statement, Dusty. But if you brought your zoo, which I think is what you're talking about as far as best scene, that would make sense. That was a lot of work put into it, and I'm sure people appreciated seeing that. So congratulations, man. That's just fun. Lucky Illo, I lost Best Star Wars at Atlanta. Oh, man. Next time, Grumpy J, next time. Yeah, big conventions have big builds, so sometimes it's hard to win awards if you're, especially if you're not necessarily like, oh, my plan is to go for this specific award. Then you have a better chances. If you're just bringing a fun build, and you happen to be nominated, you might win something, but if a lot more preparation, the more chance you can actually get something done. So, me and Steven, we go to conventions. We don't like to be eligible. We mark ourselves as ineligible because we've won a lot of trophies in the past, and we just want to bring a bunch of builds that people will enjoy. We're not worried about that, but we're excited for people who are trying to get those awards and haven't gotten a bunch in the past and can get their opportunity to have a chance to shine. That's awesome. So, excited for you, man. Alright, working on some other legs here now. Tim says, toxic work environments is not good. I left my job because of it until the boss sacked the troublemakers, and then I just do part-time and go towards my Lego fund. There you go, Tim. Yeah, part-time work sometimes is the best time work. So, you are a Lego master, Mark. I hope you can just keep building. We'll see, Andrew. It'd be pretty fun to make this into a thing, but if it doesn't work out, it's not the end of the world. So, I've had basic old jobs before. I can do it again. I wouldn't mind turning my hobby of Lego into a full-time job. That would be so cool. It would be pretty cool, wouldn't it? Nah, well, we'll see. Fingers crossed. But it's, like I said, it's not too big a pressure. I can go work at anywhere, essentially. So, Malachi says, Dusty, do you have a video of your build? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Dusty's got his own channel. Definitely check it out. He's been posting videos there pretty consistently the past few. So, when you get busy, sometimes it slows down. I won all the awards at GrumpCon, though. Yeah, exactly. That's what matters. GrumpCon. That actually sounds hilarious. Lego GrumpCon. Well, you can't call it Lego. Grumpy Bricks Con. Oh, boy. All right. Yeah, we are closing in on it. We still have a bag 6 over there that we haven't touched, and we're getting towards 9 o'clock. So I'll keep building quickly. I'll try to keep an eye on the conversation too and have something to talk about. But yeah, back in the day, Steven and I were very competitive about getting awards at conventions. That was a big priority for us. We would sometimes even build creations specifically to hopefully win specific awards. We got a few of them. We didn't win all the time, but we won some of them. Yeah, and if you like, my first convention was back in 2013, which is a while ago now. So we've been doing it pretty much at least a convention a year since then. So upwards of 20 different conventions, maybe more. I lost count. And so yeah, eventually we yeah, that's how it is. So we're a little less competitive now than we used to be, which is probably a good thing. Okay. Yes. Let's get that last foot on there. I think doing well in Lego Masters helped calm us down a little bit. So these black claw pieces are pretty interesting too. I like these. They're the same pieces used on the superhero buildable figures, and Dobby has those in the flesh color, but they look good in black on this particular build, so I'm liking it. He can stand on his own now. There you go. Look at that. I like that. That's pretty darn cool. I don't know. Maybe I was underestimating these a little bit. We'll see. I'm going to go for a walk while it's still cool here in Texas. Have fun, y'all. Take care, Chrome Vader. Thank you for stopping by. Good luck with the GBC modules. Dust Off the Brick says, I just posted a video of me putting the zoo away. It's all taken apart and organized again. Oh my goodness, it's gone already, Dusty? Well, that was a little while ago, and the convention happened a few weeks ago, but man, that's, wow. I thought I was brutal when taking apart builds. Well, hey, it did what it needed to do, right? It did great at the convention. A lot of people were enjoying it, I'm sure, so yeah. I'm sure Dusty's excited about having his space back again, because that was a pretty big build. Having some room to do new projects has got to be fun. Eventually, I think at the end of August, I will be making a pretty sizable purge of most of my Lego builds, Lego mock inventory, to build some new stuff like Vladix Castle. So, yeah, I'll save a few of my favorites and the ones that travel really well, but some of the other ones might get taken apart or heavily modified, so we'll see. Grumpy, I'm in the process of setting up a Lego studio for the community here in Hamilton, New Zealand. That's interesting, Tim. Let us know how that goes. That'd be pretty fun. Yeah, I don't think we have any like Lego studio for the community in the United States. That's a very interesting concept. Just building Lego. Nothing too serious. There we go. Almost down with this leg. Kind of a weird little build configuration here. Alright, that is going to be all 4 limbs of the sawtooth. Just about done. Could build the head. This will probably be almost perfectly 2 hours if I can get this done in the next 15 minutes or so. Here we go. That's sick. I am a big fan of the build of the body so far. Flexibility is impeccable. It's also very strong. Yeah. It's also, I think it's about minifigure scale, because that was a pretty big creature when you were facing this thing. When this thing comes charging at you, it's pretty cool, pretty scary. Yeah, wow. Alright, well, I'll dump out these extra pieces, and we'll move on to the next one. Don't you get lost on me. There you go. This is going to be the last bag of the build. Bag number 6. I told you, dude, this is a parts pack for your mock. Pretty much, Andrew. Pretty much, but I'm liking the way it looks now. I want to keep it now. We'll see. We'll see if it, see if it can stick the landing. There's the last bin of parts, pretty small. Some good ones in there. I like those yellow spikes. I've never seen those in yellow before. Alright, we're at step 99. Step 99. We're going to keep going briskly in the build now because I want to finish it on time. Don't want to be too late. I don't mind going over 5-10 minutes, but I don't want to be here all night. So, not going slow. Green Dino Ranger is here. This Horizon Zero Dawn sub fits quite well with Lego. Yeah, it really does. The builds are mechanical, so the Technic and joints and pieces all make sense. So yeah, it works pretty well in Lego, I think. I'm excited that they've at least continued it a little bit with this set. They had the tall neck set, and then they had this set. Maybe they'll do more sets. I think Lemur Bricks was talking earlier about a Thunderjaw, like a big one. Ooh, I'd be excited if they did that. Somebody, it's an Italian AFOL, did some really good large-scale mocks. And you can buy the instructions and make them. But it's maybe quite a project, so I don't know if I'm willing to do that, but maybe one day. I think we're building the neck of the creature now, but I could be wrong. We'll find out in a second, I'm sure. Maybe so. Yep, I think that's the case. Oh, wrong piece here. Yeah, building the neck of the sawtooth right now. Just kidding, I can stay. Oh no, don't leave. We just saw you again. We're just chatting with you. I'd like to see the Star Trek Enterprise in Lego. Hey, we're almost there, T. Valkyrie. There was a lot of leaks and rumors about that. And I also found, somebody sent me a really nice Star Trek mock that you can get on Rebrickable. So if for some reason that set never appears, we can, I'll be able to make one for myself. It'll be pretty cool. So, Grumpy J says, Andrew, at the bottom is the $sign. You can pay 99 cents a month for membership. Oh yes, Andrew, if you want to become a member, it should be available on your desktop at the very least. It depends on if you're on an iPhone, sometimes it could be a little iffy on joining from your phone. But yeah, feel free to, there should be a link in the description of the video. You can go there and then hopefully join the membership if you're interested. It's 99 cents a month. It's pretty cheap. Won't ever get more expensive than that. And yeah, you can see some cool builds. Some cool behind-the-scenes stuff. Cool videos just for members. Lots of cool things happening. Now, if only Power Rangers would do a collab with Lego, that would go so crazy. Green Dino Ranger, that'd be awesome. Yeah. Big mechs. We need some Gundam-style mechs in Lego. They could do it. Nothing's stopping them. They could just absolutely do that. What's going on with everyone tonight? Not too much, Ryan. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Let's see. Building the not-so-tall neck. Yeah, the non-tall neck robots in the Horizon series. Yeah. So, but these are pretty cool, too. I'm liking them so far. And we're getting down to the last few steps here, which is good because it's past 9 o'clock, and the timer for the 2 hours goes at 9:15. So we have about a little less than 15 minutes left now. We want to finish it at that point. So we'll see. I think we'll finish it right at where we need to, which is good. I think we're building the core of the neck now. Interesting. Yeah, but very impressed with the build techniques with this set all throughout. I think it is a very good set. It's a well-priced set, well-designed, good colors. Even if you don't want to keep it together forever, I think you could use most of these pieces in all sorts of other build projects. So, yeah. Recommended. Yeah, that's definitely going to be the neck of the creature there. like that. Interesting. All right, moving on. The last leg of the journey. Oh, Green Dino Ranger, welcome to the Knights of Falworth. Thank you for joining. Appreciate it. Yeah, there's just the latest news for members is we just dropped a picture of the Dwarf Forge work in progress. That was a day or two ago, so there's more progress added since then, but you can get a good feel for what's coming up soon in videos. So that should be coming out hopefully next weekend. If everything goes to plan next weekend, might be pushed back another week if I really need to take my time with it. But it's going well so far. Hopefully that continues. So, yeah, Dwarven Forge is looking good. And then after that, probably Helldivers or Horizon, or both simultaneously. Needed to get some Ice Planet videos out because a lot of the Ice Planet build is done already, but just a few finishing touches to do. I haven't even unpacked it since Birmingham, which was about a little over 2 weeks ago now, I think, or less than 2 weeks ago. So yeah, some good things happening though. Things to look forward to for sure. And Mars turned out well. I like how that build turned out for sure. I was happy with the appearance. Oh, let's do that. And that. And this. And this. Does that just go right on there? It does. Nice. Man, that's a chunky neck. Look at that. Spiky. All right. Now we're getting to possibly the head, or maybe this is just the spine. We'll find out. So this is a new piece for me. This clip boy in the middle here. That's cool. That's brand new for Mark. I like that. Almost done with the set, everyone. Last few pieces, really. Alright, adding this. And this. And this. Oh, nice. Kind of like a spine for the back. Oh, and there's a gold clip there. Look at that. That little piece in there. It's like black magic for an old Lego fan. Crazy. Reminds me almost of like non-Lego stuff in the past. Now I want you to give it a little bit of a curve here. Ah, nice. Look at that. I like that. Yeah, I was worried about this set, but I'm actually like, now that I'm physically, tangibly building it, it's very, very impressive. So, I'm happy. I'm pleased. The Horizon sets have cool figs, but they just aren't for me. Probably because I haven't played the game. Yeah, if you haven't played the game, they're not going to make any sense at all, Ryan. I got you there. But I have played the game, so they make enough sense to me. I'm enjoying the build process quite a bit too. So, even if you haven't played the game, I think you would enjoy all the pieces inside these because they're a lot of really nice little pieces. Good colors too. So recommended, but I get you. Lego's expensive and you got to figure out which ones you want to buy now. If you were to buy every Lego set all the time, that'd be a ton of money. So, yeah. Get what you want. Prioritize what you need. And don't worry about it. So that's what I do now. I don't get all the Lego sets, just a few that I need to round out things in my collection. Sometimes it's not even new sets. I want to get old sets. Building the head of the creature now. We have just about 5 minutes left. Maybe a little more. Yes, Grumpy, I have an Android phone. Welcome, Green Dino, says Grumpy. Yes, welcome, Green Dino. Thank you so much for joining. Hello, Grumpy. I'm not the best with technology. I can't learn new things, so I have to stick with my iPhone. 117 members now. Nice. I'll have to see if we can do a new emoji and do like a poll or something. People can submit their ideas. I know Grumpy probably has a few. Android is far superior over Apple. Insert evil F. Let the battle begin. I hate iPhones and my mother has one. Oh no. So I use an iPhone. I like the ease and convenience of Apple in that regard. But I like Windows computers. So go figure. We'll see. Yeah, MacBooks, they work well enough, but for me, I've always preferred the way a Windows computer works. Just seems to work better for how I was trained to use them. So, let's see here. Yeah, that looks sort of like it. I think if it had red eyes, that would help. There we go. You got the head attached there on the front. Yeah, you get the idea. It's hard to accomplish that cat-like shape in that small scale. I might play around with the head a little bit later and see if there's something better that can be done. But overall, though, I still think this is a good set. I think the head is just the most difficult part. There you go. Pretty wild. I think there's just a few more elements that need to be added for the spikes on top, because this guy has a bunch of spikes. We'll do that really quick here. These go in there. There we go. And you get 4 of these, all the same length. Interesting. Maybe they are all the same length. The problem is, I haven't played, like I said before, I haven't played this game in several years, so sometimes I'm not sure about all the details of each thing. But it's probably close enough. Probably close enough. Yeah, for what this is really nice. So, probably keeping it. We'll see. Depends on if I need the pieces. I love the content. I will find a way to support it. Oh, thanks, Andrew. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's not easy depending on what country or what devices you're using, but yeah, it's cheap if you can figure it out. 100%. I haven't played the games, but I enjoy watching these little plastic pieces assemble into robotic beasts. Yeah, I mean, honestly, if you are a fan of Power Rangers, Transformers, that sort of thing, I think you would like the Horizon games because the big robot creatures are awesome. So, definitely some overlap there with themes, so. There we go. Yeah. There we go. He's all done. And yeah, that's, for this scale, that's excellent. That really does capture the look of the sawtooth to a pretty good degree. Yeah. Because that is a menacing creature. Yeah, I think the torso and hip area is the best part of this build with the way it's achieved. The head is a complex and detailed area, and to do it at this scale is really challenging. I'll see if there's any different versions you could do. Maybe I can tweak it a little bit. I know simply adding some red flex tubes inside those binoculars would probably solve some of the problems there. But, yeah, I like this set. I'm pleasantly surprised. Did I miss one of these? I did miss one. Here we go. Missed a piece, and we're going to snap it on with a brick separator here. There you go. Missed a little inverted tile there. Got a bunch of extra pieces that are going to be a pain to sort because they're all small. They'll go in the sorting bin eventually. And there's Aloy and Varl versus the Shellwalker and Sawtooth. So they're outnumbered, but it'll be a fun battle. Yeah, I think I'm gonna probably keep these guys together and see if I can include them in a future Horizon Zero Dawn inspired 24-hour build. But until that time comes, we'll just kind of package them up. I don't know if they're going in their original box. They'll probably just go in a gallon bag. and go in my other packed sets in my closet. But yeah, really happy with these. Pleasantly surprised, as I've said a couple times now. Minifigures are great. And this isn't a very expensive set, too. I think, what is it? I want to say it's like $50, $40. It's not that much. It may be $60. But yeah, so it's relatively cheap for what it is. So a licensed set with great pieces and good figures. So yeah. 13 Bats is here. Good to see 13 Bats. It's looking cool so far, Mark. I'm working on the White House set tonight. Oh, nice. Some architecture. I like it. All right. Well, reading through the comments, I spent my early years on Amstrad and VIC-20. I don't know what that is. Oh, we're talking about phones. Okay, yes, old phones. Yeah. Build it bigger, Mark? I mean, we could. The problem is these guys are about the right scale for a minifigure, so I don't know if I could make them too much larger without having them be unrealistically large, so we'll see. But I'll explore my options before I really commit to having these in the scene, but they're really good. I'm not upset with these at all, so pleasantly surprised. Yeah. All right. That's about it. Buy another 3? Maybe. So I actually have actually 2 more sets of the tall neck pieces ready to go. Not the minifigure, but the pieces of the tall neck. So I'll be able to build more Horizon-style robots at some point. And I'll try to make them to the same level of detail as these guys. So, yeah. Eventually we'll do that, but for now, we're going to wrap this up tonight. Yeah. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to become a member, it's 99 cents a month. You can check out that link in the description. Yeah, lots of cool behind-the-scenes posts, videos, and more. So that's it for this build stream. Thanks for tuning in, checking it out. We will be hopefully doing a sorting stream, but it's probably going to be at 7:15 p.m. This upcoming Sunday. So keep an eye out for that. And yeah, hopefully a few more videos coming out next week. So we'll see you then. All right. Bye-bye, everybody.